Okay, let's hit it. Nice. I think. Oh, yes. Is it going? What's up, guys? I am James Hake. This is the Hake Report. It's 9:02 a.m. U.S. Pacific Daylight Time. Friday, Good Friday, April 2nd, 2021. I will be getting to your calls, 888-775-3773, and I owe the Trovo listeners to be reading their super chats. I am very remiss. Hey, Hake, Periscope is over. Shrug. But yet, I'm still streaming on Periscope. Isn't that nice? Shout out to Repro Beta on from D-Live. It doesn't seem to be playing, huh? Or is it?
What?
The music? I don't hear anything.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't know I asked for it?
No,
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Is it going? Very nice. This is Frodus again. Once again, guys. You boomers and you music snubs, you can fast forward if you're not watching live. But if you're watching live, you gotta bear with it. Nice. You can just mute it. No, a lot of people like it. This is Frodus. This is Out Circuit the Ending. Awesome. I like this music. This is from like 20 years ago or more. And it's Christian music. I think of it as Christian music. I think some of them are Christians. Shelby Cinco and all them. Frodus. Thank you to Jesse Lee Peterson hosting the Hake Report on D-Live. I tried to make it mature audiences rather than X-Tag. We'll see if you're able to super chat. I don't think. I don't know. What's up, Bugs Love? What's up, CLC? Info Bomber says, not terrible. Yet. JLP Plays is on today, by the way. 2 p.m. our time. So like an hour after the Fallen State ends. And non-stop shows from the Jesse Lee Peterson studios. Fabrietz says, shout out to Joel Friday, he black, best of luck, hashtag Bond family over there on Trovo. Thank you. Is this drowning out my voice or is it fine? I don't know. It's probably fine. Oh, there's the screaming part. Yes, this is white music. White music tends to be angsty. And I would keep on telling you guys that because I just see like there's a decline in the white cultures and the Asian cultures, well, especially like Japanese and Taiwan maybe. And they're the ones coming out with this noise. Noise! And I like it. Do you like Reliant K? No, I never got into them. They were okay. That's funny. I haven't seen that name in forever. But yeah. So I'm going to be talking about the George Floyd trial, at least the girlfriend of George Floyd. The widow, if you will. Wasn't married to him, but the surviving girlfriend of George Floyd, who died almost a year ago. She will be talking about him. I mean, she was talking about him yesterday, and so I'll be talking about her and what she said. Immigration madness, it's a big mess. CNN running their mouths about it. Alejandro Mayorkas, who's a Department of Homeland Security, total misnomer, sleazy guy, pretending to criticize the human smugglers, right? The human traffickers, the coyotes. But he's the one who's enabling them. Give me a break. The Biden administration, Biden-Harris administration, such a joke. And some other things. Censorship. Texas is trying to stop the big tech censorship people, communists, from censoring you and me, maybe. Although I'm not a Texan. That would be nice if they can take a stand. Gun sales are up, I think. That's nice. And there's a little bit of updates on some other things as well as your calls, 888-775-3773. Good music, Hake. Thank you, Absolute Death. I wonder if I should be listening to a YouTube user named Absolute Death about whether my music is good. Poor boomers. I like it. I can send you some melodic death metal, says Brandon M. Okay. You know, at one point, there was a guy here, it was White Chris, actually, who explained the difference between death metal and black metal. And I don't remember what the difference was. One was like from Norway or whatever. Sweden, Norway. And yeah, forget this splash video. And the other was something else. Very technical stuff, though. Some of it is pretty good. Well, let's go ahead and fade this out. This is dragging on a little bit long now. They're repetitive, but I like them. Frodus. That was out circuit the ending. Anyway, guys, it's 9:07 a.m. Let's get on with the show.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Happy Good Friday, guys. Hey, guys. We're going to be taking your calls. Just a fun, loosey-goosey Friday. It is Good Friday. Easter, also known as Resurrection Sunday, coming right up. And let's have some fun. Don't you agree?
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, this is the day that all of the disciples of Jesus scattered and ran because Jesus got betrayed and captured and questioned and beaten and eventually killed on Good Friday, supposedly. Like Good Friday. I don't know how they measure it. They're measuring it according to a different calendar. It's like sometimes Easter is in March, sometimes Easter, and I call it Easter because I grew up calling it Easter, is in April. Sometimes it's later in April, sometimes it's April 4th. Resurrection Day or Crucifixion Day. Good Friday was the day he was crucified. That was the first day. Saturday was the second day. Sunday was the third day. On the third day, he rose again, and that was Resurrection. Did I say Resurrection Friday, or I meant to say Resurrection Sunday? Because that's what the Christians who were trying to be more what is this called? Pagan? Anti-pagan? Because you know how, it's been commercialized, the Easter Bunny, and all that stuff. I'm fine with all of it. Because I always grew up knowing that was when Jesus came back from the dead. Sunday. This Sunday. Bonus dears, Hake. It's Trovo. Long-time listeners. Shout out to Brandon M. That's Brandon M. Happy Resurrection Weekend, says Based AF. Based _ America First. Reading a few super chats. That's over there on streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. And I was remiss yesterday in reading this. Brandon M. gave a Trovo colorful chat on trovo.live/The Hake Report. Said, this is for T. Yesterday we heard from T. It was nice to hear from T, right? Of course, he's his usual bitter self. He said, this is for T. Out of a poll of the importance of race in decisions in life, only 20% of whites viewed it as an important factor or decision maker, while over 70% of blacks viewed their race as important in life matters/choices. That's right. I told you, everybody knows this. It's common experience that blacks are more into race than whites. And they pretend, that's because whites are so privileged that they don't even have to think about it because they don't suffer for being white. Well, yes, we do. We get criticized and called racist all the time when we interact with POCs who have an evil mindset, brainwashed mindset. Anyway. And by the way, Asmodor wants me, next time I talk with T, to say T is just mad because whites stole the flying pyramid technology from blacks after we escaped from Yaqub's lab. Is Yaqub one of the evil blacks who invented whites, according to Louis Farrakhan? And Cobra Koi. I've been pronouncing it Cobra Koi, but then Joel Friday noticed there's an extra R in there. So it's Cobra Koi, I think. 99 says, hey, Hake. And Joel says, now. I learned that now from Jesse Blacks. Hey, Hake, since the UN, the evil United Nations, was talking about looking into white nationalism, why they look into the countries south of the border to see why they are leaving, and maybe charge the countries with issues if they don't fix it. They have to give it up. If they don't fix it, they have to give it up. Interesting. So the UN, well, I'll tell you one thing. The UN has its evil tentacles and fingers involved in migration, regular migration, the Global Commission for Safe, Secure, Regular Migration. Regular. Why would you want regular migration? Wasn't that the problem? Regular migration by the British Empire and all of us when we colonized other lands that weren't ours, and now they're colonizing, the POCs are colonizing the, well, not just the POCs, some evil whites, so-called whites, are instrumental in colonizing all the white countries. As the white countries are, what are we, like 15% or 10% or less of the population? Talk about a minority. Dang. It's ridiculous. But that's, evil is supposed to put things backwards, right? And call good evil and evil good. You know, before I get to calls, I was thinking about, I have had some callers who called in, regular callers, good guys. I've called them snakes before, but I like them. Who've called in very upset about the evil things done to children. And there is a lot of evil things in our faces done to children. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? But I'm just talking about the stuff that's in your face. The promoting of that Lil Nasty X guy on Sesame Street, who is a brazen, doesn't know any better, but evil homosexual guy. Appearing with Elmo on Sesame Street. I grew up watching a little bit of Sesame Street. It wasn't this brazenly, openly degenerate. Mr. Rogers and all that. And they're pushing the racism thing. They're pushing the racism thing in Barbie. I don't know who watches these Barbie cartoon, computer animated things. But they're pushing this evil on kids, children. And there are college students pushing this racism thing. College students become teachers in many cases, female ones, liberals. And they push that evil thing on children. And so, yes, of course, there's so much evil done to children by the degenerate mainstream culture. Mainstream doesn't mean good. And yeah, it is evil. But some people get like really emotional about it. And there is like such a thing as people who do evil things directly to the children, to their bodies. I mean, the transgender thing, for one, but also other things. It's really evil. But you get sidetracked by it, and you're driven to the point of distraction about it. And that's not how God would handle it. It isn't. People get emotional about it, and they get beside themselves about it. And when you're like that, you're not going to be able to overcome the evil that's done to the kids. You're just going to end up a mess yourself. That's just a little, like a warning, not to be taking it so, like, to the heart. Anyway, let's see. Also, before I get to calls, Yeah, let me play this clip. This is from Jack Posobiec on Twitter. The great Jack Posobiec. Sometimes he gets mixed reviews, but I like the guy. I think he's pro-America. He shared this information. George Floyd's girlfriend, George Floyd being the black guy who couldn't breathe. He was overdosing, and he was getting arrested for trying to pass a fake 20 twice, right? George Floyd's girlfriend testified yesterday that they suffered from opioid addiction. Big surprise, huh? Courteney Ross, age 45, according to Crime Watch Minneapolis, I guess this is. This is day 4 yesterday, I guess, of the Derek Chauvin, former officer Derek Chauvin, guy who put the knee on the George Floyd's neck. His trial, so-called murder trial. What a joke. What a disgrace. Courteney Ross, age 45, seemingly a white woman. White woman. There's no WH in woman. Takes the stand as the state's witness. The state's witness. Meaning the prosecution. The state is underneath that Keith Ellison guy, black Muslim, hates white people, hates justice. This lady is a prosecution witness. But I think she's helping the defense better than... Because the truth seems to be on the defense's side. She was George Floyd's girlfriend in tears, recounting how they met. Prosecution's Matthew Frank talked to her. Matthew Frank is an evil lawyer, I think. Unless he's like a decent guy, but he's just stuck on this trial. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to... I don't know. Ross met George Floyd in August of 2017. Although they had some on and off, she said they were a couple at the time of his death. She confirms George Floyd lost his security job, so he was indeed unemployed at Conga Latin Bistro in northeast Minneapolis, I guess, due to the COVID communist shutdowns. So it's not exactly his fault that he was unemployed, because those were communist shutdowns. I don't know if he voted for the... I don't know if he voted for the liberals who shut it down. A lot of rhinos shut the country down, too. That's true. And even Trump a little bit, right? Okay, fine. You guys win on that. Ross said that both she and George Floyd had chronic pain issues. And listen to this clip. This is from Jack Posobiec on Twitter. He got it from Fox 9, local news, because they're streaming this whole stupid trial. Listen to this.
Our story, it's a classic story of how many people get addicted to opioids. We both suffered from chronic pain. Mine was in my neck and his was in his back. We both had prescriptions, but after prescriptions that were filled and we got addicted and tried really hard to break that addiction many times.
And were you each aware of each other's struggles with opioids?
Yes, eventually in our relationship we shared that.
And did you work together on that issue?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And over how long of a period did this struggle go on for you, for both of you?
Addiction, in my opinion, is a lifelong struggle. So it's something that we dealt with every day. It's not something that just kind of comes and goes. It's something I'll deal with forever.
Crazy. What a setup that she believes that. Isn't that a shame? That's what the evil people try to push on you. By the way, Jesse Lee Peterson, in Church with Jesse Lee Peterson, just last week, we put out a clip yesterday on the Bond Rebuilding the Man YouTube channel that the drugs are not your problem. And don't be naming it like she was naming it. She's saying, oh, I will never break free from it. That's not true. How does she have that opinion? I don't think. Yeah, it's such a depressing way to live, says Joelle Friday. By the way, who said this? Based AF says, with the Trovo chat, Happy Good Friday to Joel Friday. Nice. Thank you, Based America First. And I will get to more of your Trovo chats. I'm trying to pay more attention, guys. And I don't think that I am receiving D-Live because it's like X-tagged. I guess I talk too much politics for this Chinese communist company. Yeah. It might be like a victim playing scheme. I don't like how they cast addicts as victims. Yes, in a sense, like you can't help yourself and there is an evil, we don't care, we just want to give these drugs to you, the pharmaceutical companies and all that stuff. I get it. And the government isn't really serious about the drug problem, or else they would close the border. Am I right? Right? Because a lot of, yes, even fentanyl comes across the border. And she did say, not in the clip, but she did say, according to Crime Watch Minneapolis, who watched this, it's a source, who watched this testimony from her, that they obtained drugs through, quote unquote, the black market. They also used other people's prescriptions to make sure that they were safe. Other people's prescriptions, which is either illegal or just against the rules. Ross said that George Floyd's behavior changed in March, using again, and then he was dead in the end of May. Ross confirms she and George Floyd bought drugs from a man named Maurice Hall, the male who was with George Floyd in the vehicle at the Cup Foods place where this whole incident went down. He was hospitalized for an extended period of time, I guess, in March for an overdose. And by the way, I did hear, I don't know if I've mentioned it to you guys, that in 2019, this guy was arrested and he acted much the same way, all pathetic and, oh, don't kill me, officer, and oh, I can't believe this is happening, and all kinds of just drama. That day, too, back in 2019, the same way that he was arrested in 2020. Maybe his MO in dealing with the cops, not wanting to go to jail or whatever, just in a panic beside himself again. Seems like old hat for him. I don't know. Ross said that she was nicknamed Mama, M-A-M-A. Well, I don't know if she spelled it M-A-M-A, but she was nicknamed Mama in George Floyd's phone, and George Floyd was calling for Mama during the May 25th arrest. And she also described George Floyd's condition in the prior overdose: stomach pain, foaming around the mouth. And he was indeed, according to the cop, didn't the cop say, oh, you're foaming at the mouth, dude? So anyway, he brought it on himself. That's the reality of it. Someone in the chat says, I overcame the spiritual disease of addiction. Yes, spiritual. Nearly 13 years ago, and do not suffer from it, and will be sober until the day I die. Everything the recovery industry, quote unquote recovery, and it is an industry, teaches is false. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, we don't know the future, but you can overcome. So that's phony. And it's a shame that she bought into that. And it's so like a woman to do that. No offense, ladies, but it's true. Am I right? And then it's so female-minded that a lot of the guys fall for that mess, too. Anyway, I got to get to some calls. It's 25 after. Let me get to Earl in Michigan. Earl, how are you doing? My second favorite caller. Oh, Earl is not ready. Okay. Hang tight. Let me get to German. Or is it Herman in Massachusetts? German, am I pronouncing your name right?
That's right, Herman.
Herman. Nice.
Yeah. Well, good afternoon, actually. It's
nice.
Yes.
Afternoon to you.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock here.
Cool.
Man, just calling. I wanted to say goodbye to Joel, man. I'm gonna miss that black guy.
Yeah.
Semi-black. I call him semi-black. Yeah, man, I'm gonna miss him, and it's gonna be different to see Chris there.
Yeah.
It's a light home to the view, so it's all good though.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how things develop.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to get to seeing his. I think he got a show on YouTube, and he does dancing or something like that.
Yeah, Joel did a little series on dealing with his students on YouTube. Put it out like a year or two ago, and he regularly puts stuff out on IG and TikTok, and maybe he'll put stuff out on YouTube again more as well.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna look that up, and I did want to say goodbye to him. I do want to say one more thing before I go. I hear people like Jesse Lee Peterson and a lot of the good black people that try to speak out, and they're telling us, the good folk that want to help, to get involved. Now, a lot of folks do want to get involved, and they just don't know how. So I want to encourage, like, for example, what I've been doing since, I used to call a lot last year, but I'm getting more involved with the local government. So
cool.
Not too long ago, I called the local city council meeting because they wanted to. I started getting involved with the Worcester. That's the name of the city I live in here. The city committee here, the Republican City Committee.
Nice.
And one of the things that they were trying to vote on was getting police out of schools. And my problem, of course, I was against it, but and I would say, like, you can do that, but then they're also against the Second Amendment. So yeah. So the issue was when I called, so they have a certain time frame where they take calls because now everything is virtual now. If they were doing it live, people would be there and they go up to the mic and speak and stuff. But now it's the phone call.
Yeah.
So now, they're all in lockdown and COVID scared. So the problem was that the majority of the people that were calling were like kids, like 18-year-olds, and they were all reading from scripts.
Give me a break.
And the only thing they were arguing was saying that we got to take them out because of George Floyd. And I'm listening to this. And I'm like, then the next week I was able to call and I had to mention, I'm like, first of all, you guys are all adults. How in the hell are y'all listening to kids?
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that the people and the problem is then the person that's the chairman of the Worcester committee, of the Republican committee here, she found the script online. So it's an online script that these people read.
Just reading.
To the council members. And what they do is change a little word so they act like it's different, like it's authentic, but they all reading scripts and they all sound the same.
Yeah.
It's like that herd mentality thing.
Yeah.
They think all the same, but they really don't know what the hell they're saying. You can even tell. Right. Because they fumble their words. It's not authentic, and it's all fake, and it's crap, and it's causing chaos.
Yeah.
So we, the good people, we got to stand up, and we got to say something. So I would suggest for some folk who want to get involved, at least start with your city council meetings.
Yes.
And, call in, get involved, know who is in charge of what, or who was voted and where. And just start because it's time to do something. These people are kind of nuts out here.
Yeah. I'm glad that you saw that and are calling it out, and I'm glad you told me about it because it's like that's such a memorable story. It's not surprising, really, but you're right. I mean, even if they weren't reading, if they're saying stuff like, they say they have these different SJW type sayings that you hear all the time, and it's
all the same words.
Yeah.
Man.
Such an eye roll. These people don't. There's a woman named Deb Haaland who was elected out of like New Mexico or something. She's like one of the first American Indian women elected to like Congress. She's a female congressman. Well, she was put in to be like Secretary of the Interior for the Biden administration, meaning that she's going to be controlling like our federal land or something like that. And she was saying stuff like, Trump is bad. She said this in 2018 in a like Meet the Nation or something like that. And she said Trump is bad because he wants to erase transgender people. Some dumb thing like that, right? And that's such a SJW buzz phrase, right? It's not. She has no clue what she's talking about. But
Right, and
it's so typical.
Yeah, the thing is with these people that are now in charge, they are actually antisocial people. They don't interact with people. They go by face value and don't know. Like, for example, right now, the George Floyd thing, they're going by face value, but they don't know that he had drugs. He needed the autopsy for that. He had a drug problem. He was committing a crime because the cops wouldn't have showed up if he wouldn't have committed no crime.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and he resisted arrest.
He was resisting arrest. So they look at face value, but then they've never been. You can tell most of these people have never been through anything in life.
Yeah.
It's like when you go through things in life, you know that some things are wrong to do.
Right.
And you wouldn't make excuses for it. You wouldn't make some bull crap up to excuse bad behavior and negative crap.
Yeah.
So, and that's what they all do. But they all do it. Why? Because they're getting paid for it now. By who? That's what we got to find out.
I mean, so many people. I mean, basically the corporations are enemies of America.
Exactly.
And they're pushed around by the SJWs, by the mainstream media. And these are not Christian people. They say, oh, whites control well, no, not white Christians. They're not decent. Even many of the Christians who are put in the forefront, they're not conservative Christian. They're not decent pro-America Christians. You're right. And, you mentioned the cops at the schools. I don't even think that was a regular occurrence for me, because I think that started to happen around the time of the 1999 420, what was that over in Colorado? Columbine massacre. Yeah, after that, then the cops started coming to at least white schools. Maybe they were already at black schools because there were a lot of crimes going on over there.
Well, yeah, I don't want to take too much time, but I grew up in Brooklyn, and we had metal detectors and police officers in middle school.
Wow. How old are you?
In elementary school. I'm 30.
Okay.
So this was around 90s, early 2000s. There's already police and metal detectors in all public schools in Brooklyn, New York.
That's wild.
So, I mean, because the problem is I would leave school, and there was gangbanging all the time. There was I remember one time they shut down a whole street, and it was there was an entire gang fight, and it was this gang called the Dominicans Don't Play Gang versus the Bloods, and they shut down the whole street. The SWAT team had to come, and the that big bus cop van, whatever thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they came and took a bunch of people. It was a fight, and I saw many things growing up. So these people don't understand that growing up in these violent environments, it's going to bleed into the schools.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I try to tell people my age, 30, like, y'all the parents now. This is what you're doing. You're the one that bringing back racism. You're the ones that are bringing back the violence. You're the ones doing it with your lack of self-control. You have your emotions are all out of whack for some reason. Either you're on drugs or your baby mama or some crap, some jealousy. It's always some kind of crap that you got to take control of your life. And people my age that are causing the chaos, but they don't want to wake up. So I try to tell them, and, they can fight me all the time.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to keep fighting until somebody wakes up. You know what I mean?
Nice. Are you Hispanic or black Hispanic or white Hispanic or brown Hispanic or what?
Yeah, I look brown. I'm like Mr. Joel Friday's color.
Okay.
Well, I'm Dominican, family Dominican.
That was going to be my guess because you mentioned the Dominicans, so I figured maybe you're a Dominican as well.
I am, yes, sir.
All right.
So, I got a lot to say, but I'll call again and say some more, brother. So
that sounds good.
Hey, Joel, the best to you. I wish the best to y'all and all your crew. May we keep fighting and everybody get involved, man.
Yeah.
Y'all got there's a lot of people that got a lot to say. They got a lot of important things to say. Don't be afraid, man.
Yeah.
You're not alone, and we got to take our country back, and we got to make good be the forefront. All right.
I agree, Ramon. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, brother. No problem, man. It's good to hear from y'all again.
All right.
God bless you.
You
All
too.
right.
Take care. Very nice. That's encouraging. We need people, parents, men especially, getting involved. When the women do it, it's kind of cringy, honestly. And have to be living right, too. for sure. Lin Yen Chin, before I get back to Earl, I think he has fixed his phone. Appreciate that. But hang tight, Earl. Lin Yen Chin gave a colorful chat on Trovo, says the elect have worked hard to convince you that your nationality, maybe he means the elected, not elect Christians, not real Christians, is no longer your race, but the state and county it rules. This allowed the elect have worked hard to convince you that your nationality is no longer your race, but the state and county it rules. This allowed the common sense migration regulation that fortifies nations to be framed as evil bigotry of white supremacy and racism, meaning, okay, let's have very limited immigration, Christian white Europeans of good character only, that type of thing. We had that at one point. That's called common sense migration regulation that fortifies a nation. But he said that that's now considered evil white bigotry of white supremacy and racism. It's all population control games. Good points, Lin Yen Chin. Hope I was able to convey that well. William A33 says we are less than 8% of the global population, we being, I guess, white people, and are rapidly facing extinction in all of the countries that we built. White lives matter. Yeah, thank you, William A33. Isn't that wild? And to me, I say that's kind of like no wonder so much of the music, not all, right? But so much of the music is so vapid, angsty, angry, bitter, and they're committing suicide. I mean, granted, most musicians are dumb liberals, right? Especially the ones that get it to the forefront. But didn't I told you earlier that I know of like this noise music, and I like it, but actual just noise. And Japanese, there's a guy named Merzbo, and I think he's Japanese. Noise. And what is Japanese but a dying country? Aren't they a shrinking population too, just like the whites? And Taiwan, maybe not much better? There's like a shortage of, I think there's a shortage of girls in China because they kept on aborting them because you had a one-child policy. If it was a girl, drown. Sorry to be, what is that called? Sorry to give some dire news, but I think that's what was happening, right? And so there's homosexuality on the rise over there. What a mess. But also, yeah, Taiwan, there's another guy named C. Spencer. Yeah, Burning Star Corps, noise. And then over here in America, I think the punk rock scene descended into noise. Well, in some cases, descended into noise. And it's cool. It's fun to listen to, but I don't think that it's necessarily a sign of a positive development. It's a reflection of degradation, I think. Hake can't comment on music, says Colin Bear. Whatever. Shoot. Anyway, let me get back to Earl in Michigan. Hopefully he's ready now. Earl, my second favorite caller, how are you?
Hola, buenos dias.
Hey.
Sir James Hake.
Thank you.
It was good to hear from T.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah, he hit the nail right on the head.
No, he didn't.
When he described you, how folks see you, but you don't see yourself like that.
Right.
But it's hard, as he talk about me, it's hard for oneself to see themselves as others see them.
Yeah, so do you see yourself?
I see myself as I see myself, just like you see yourself. Sometimes we don't see ourselves as others see us.
Right, because others are blind. You and T like to blindly judge white people.
No, we go by what you say. If you didn't say what you said, it wouldn't be obvious.
What do I say? What do I say that
comes out your mouth?
What do I say that indicates I'm at all into being white and think I'm something special for being white?
It's so much that you say, man.
Just name one thing.
It sets out how good slavery was for black folks. Just
It was.
With Lynn, that's what I'm saying. Stupidity like that.
I'm just trying to bring some balance to it because you guys, in terms of the slavery thing.
Whatever you think is stupid.
No, it's not stupid. It's stupid to pretend that it was all melodrama and horrible and torture and all that. It wasn't like that.
How you know?
Because common sense says so.
Was your ancestors raped?
I don't know.
100 times or whatever?
I don't know. With yours, you don't know. Who cares? It's in the past.
No, but you want to preach how it was and so forth. You need to shut
You don't know how it was?
I know more than you do. I know it was no picnic.
I know, but you don't have a balanced view. You don't have common sense.
Well, I'll get off there because this is
common sense says they were good. Hold on.
That is biased and stupid as you are.
You're going to come off it, but I'm not. Because common sense says there were decent.
It ain't common sense. You don't have it.
Hold on. There were decent and indecent slave owners. There were good masters. Thank you. That's just common sense.
You can make that comment.
Yeah.
But good is in the eyes of the beholder, right?
No,
I thought no man is good.
Good is objective.
I thought no man was good.
I know, but masters can be good.
I thought no man is masters men.
Yes, but we're talking about I'm a good worker.
Well, then that negates your argument.
Hold on, man. There's a good boss. There's a just boss. You're just nitpicking. You don't even believe in what.
No, I'm saying you say one thing one day and then contradict the other when somebody brings it up. Well, we got to make an exception for that.
That's what the Pharisees said about Jesus. They tried to say, "Oh, you're contradicting yourself." Dumb.
Well, I'm gonna go into something else because we're gonna argue all day about all this and we'll get nowhere.
Yeah, you're tired of losing.
Because you stuck on your stupidness. You stuck on stupid.
Wow.
But you complain. I heard a few days ago that we were talking about. Remember, I brought up people. The Republicans was making laws that it's illegal to.
Drink water.
Drink water and give any kind of substance to anyone in the line.
That's
and
awesome.
Said that didn't happen.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I turned out to be wrong, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
But Bobby from Texas called in with the real story and said that it was politicians' staffers handing out water, ingratiating themselves with potential voters. That's electioneering.
No, they've been doing that before you was born. As far as they used to hand out brochures. One side try to influence somebody else, passing out something for one side for people that going to vote in line and so forth. That's been done for time immemorial.
I know, but at some point we outlawed electioneering at the polls.
Let me ask you one simple question.
All right.
James.
Yes.
For you rabbit behind Trump supporters, would a bottle of water convince you to vote for Biden?
Not me.
Are you that stupid to think that folks think that they can be persuaded with a bottle of water, as mad as and determined it was to get Trump reelected?
There are people that can be convinced. People don't know.
You guys that's a stretch. That was just a convenient excuse for folks.
The point is, Earl, there's other ways to let people drink water if they need to drink water. They can bring their own water bottles. There can be a drinking fountain nearby or whatever. Maybe not even a water cooler. If there wasn't, then there's suffer. People aren't going to die. No. You're not going to die waiting in line.
Even
Give me a
if
break.
It wasn't, I think you don't know. There one article I read that one of them had to assist a 102-year-old lady that wanted to vote and was determined to vote no matter how long the line was.
Good for her.
And so any water
actually,
or
she shouldn't be voting.
They could give somebody. It just shows a little humanity.
No,
they also
Earl, the point is, it was politicians, staffers doing it. It's not a good look, Earl.
And anybody can do it.
That's fine, whatever. The point
And
is,
another thing-
you're just following the mainstream media outrage.
You always claim the mainstream media
Yeah,
is the mainstream.
because that's
media
all you
is.
do.
Just tell me where I was wrong, and then the stop
Where
telling
you're
me
wrong-
what medium it came from.
Where you're wrong is that we have a very cheating country in which people are allowed to come in here illegally and stay here. That is a country lacking in integrity. What makes you think that the elections are going to be having integrity? I think that it's a good thing to want election
How long
integrity.
have people been voting?
Huh?
Have they been voting before you were born? Did they need any changes before Donald Trump?
Look at
voted?
how much, Earl, you're not giving an honest, let me just tell you why your argument's dumb. Think about how much the country has changed just in your
It
lifetime.
didn't change that much.
Yes, it did. Did you support same-sex marriage when you were a kid?
There are different things that people have voiced and so forth. Just because they're different issues.
And when you were a kid,
Is that what you're talking about?
hold on.
That the country,
No. The country has
by
changed a
having
lot.
Different issues?
When you were a kid, Earl, whites were like 85 to 90% of the country. Whites. And now they're like becoming a minority almost. Becoming a minority. They're a minority amongst the young children. So yes, the country has changed. There's a whole lot of.
That's what they're worried about.
There's a whole lot of
worried
change.
about. That's why you focus on whiteness.
Well,
much,
let me
because
tell you
of
why.
that very
Let me tell you
issue.
why. Whites tend to
Then
vote.
you
Hold on,
just answer my
Earl.
question.
Whites tend to
You
vote
just
Republican.
answered.
Earl, will you shut up? Whites tend to vote Republican.
If you're nice to me, how about that?
What? Oh, you'll shut up if I'm nice to you? Whatever. Anyway,
You want to be rude?
I mean, you're rude.
But,
What are Earl's thoughts on gun control legislation? Asks Hot Computer Smell with a super chat on Streamlabs.
well, my thing is, you have a right to carry guns. Gun legislation. You got a right to it's a constitutional right, but you don't have a right to have a Uzi. You don't have a right to have a bazooka.
No, it
There are
says
limitations.
shall not be infringed.
There are
Uzis
limitations.
and bazookas.
Do you have a right to have a tank?
Yeah. Should.
Wrong. Just like there's limits to the freedom of speech.
Okay, so in other words, you can be convinced to vote away your rights. That's what you're telling me.
No, there's limitations. For instance, can you holler fire in a theater?
I heard
By
that
absolute
that's
right,
not advisable.
By absolute right, you would argue that you should. You got absolute freedom of speech.
I know, but you're
yet
just
there's
using a
limitations.
communist tactic. Because
No,
you're
I'm using
brainwashed
facts.
by the communists
I'm
in order
using
to
how things-
argue the exceptions
You just
and
can't
pretend that you're
support
being
your
reasonable when
argument.
you're not. Nothing is reasonable about the Democrats,
you just
Earl.
can't handle it, son.
All right, Daddy. Hey, Cobra Coy 99 gave a Trovo super chat, colorful chat, and says, ask Earl, what country do black people control that people are throwing their kids over the fence to enter? As is happening here in America. That supposedly white people control. Or once did.
I don't know. How many countries are there that, other than what's happening at the border
So are you saying
around the world, or people throwing their kids anywhere?
so you're saying you don't know any other country other
So
than America?
black or white? No, I don't know anybody throwing their kids over any border anywhere except here in America with the coyotes.
Thank you.
And so forth. So that's white or black. Can you name another one?
I
Or another
can't because
country that-
America's the best. But I do know
So
that
it's
there's a
only-
whole lot of
it's just a
immigration.
one-
Hold on,
it's
Earl. Let me just elaborate because you're talking about this immigration situation. There's people desperate to get out of certain places in Africa and ride on up, take a crazy, dangerous boat ride up to like Greece and Italy and places like that, especially Greece, I think. And so, yes,
Yeah.
white countries.
As bad off as Greece is. Bankrupt and broke and The World
Yeah,
Bank
even as
has to
bad
try
off
to
as
bail
Greece
them out
is,
and
it's
so
still
forth.
desirable for these illegals.
They can't pay back their loans and so forth.
It's irrelevant. There's still it's still a pleasant
what
white
I'm
country
saying,
that these
just
illegals want to
because
come to and
A
pretend
lot
to be
of countries
refugees.
having their problems.
Anyway,
It's not just Africa.
but that's irrelevant. We're
So
talking
what's
about the
your point?
immigration situation. I said that there are. Did you even hear me? Anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I heard,
Nice talking
you
with
said
you. Yeah.
about immigration and so forth.
Yeah.
But and about this trial, I'm watching. That's why I couldn't answer right away. I had to turn the TV down because I was watching the trial, and I knew you would probably holler about what's that interference.
Oh, I see.
and so forth.
Yeah.
And
Okay. No, I didn't hear anything.
so that's why I had to mute everything.
That's your
because first thing
excuse?
said,
You
why-
shouldn't tell me that.
You'll be saying, don't you know you're supposed to have, not
I
supposed to
gotta
have it on
go, Earl.
loudspeaker and so forth?
Right,
You
yeah. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to explain it. It's very rare that you're not. You don't have to explain it. It's very rare that you're not ready.
But the trial.
I gotta go. We'll
and
talk.
a lot of-
Tell me about the trial next week, man.
Yeah, because a lot of folks reporting just misinformation.
Okay.
What you just reporting on, little snippets that you are.
Yeah.
You're wrong about half the things you're saying.
Okay. All right. Tell me about it
Adios,
on Monday.
amigo.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good
Adios.
weekend. Make sure you catch church with Jesse Lee Peterson. I hung up on him, but thank you. Wow. Africans traveling through Mexico to get to America. Yeah, that's right, Brandon M. Okay. Graham, a first-time caller in Portland, Oregon. What's up, Graham? How are you doing?
Hey, Hake, how's it going? Good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too. Going well.
So I just wanted to say, first off, Joel, we're all going to miss you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that came as pretty shocking news, but I'm happy he's going on to bigger things, you know, and, I was always wondering, like, when's he doing his dancing?
Oh, he's
going to be doing his dancing.
he has long
he's
days.
always, so busy with you guys.
Yeah, no, he starts here. He comes here about 5 a.m, and then he's out in the afternoon, and then he's over in at the dance studio. So he's a busy man.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Also, did I hear a while ago that Joel's taking singing lessons?
I don't know.
No,
I heard that somewhere.
Ain't no singing lessons will help this voice.
Oh.
He doesn't
For some
need
reason,
singing
I thought I
lessons
heard
to
you
keep
say
that smoky
Weird.
voice.
Okay. Yeah. Because I had some advice, but if you're not, never mind.
Now I'm curious what it would have been.
Oh, just, maybe I'll... No, we'll just move on. Okay.
All right.
So,
That's funny.
Thanks for the well wishes, though, Graham.
yeah, exactly. All right. So I guess my main thing was that I told Chris was that I saw a bit of the Grammys, just like a very small bit of it. It was on in my house when it was on.
That
and
was
I saw
like a
something
week
that was
ago
just like,
or two?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a while ago, but this is my first time calling, so I thought I'd just mention it. But I didn't see it on either of you guys' shows.
Right.
It was like during the country section.
Okay.
And they were kind of like talking, all these amazing women and colored people and country music. And then they put this black woman on, and she was singing this song, and the lyric was like, if you think America is the land of the free, you should try being black like me.
Wow. That's
And
a
I was
country
like-
lyric?
Yeah, I mean, her music didn't sound country. Like, she had a good voice and everything.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, I was just like, that's just so disgraceful. And, yeah, and she's just, like, up there in probably, like, an $80,000 gown with this huge, like, gold train. And it's just so ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow.
I just wanted to...
What a shame.
I don't know if any of you guys saw that, because I didn't see it on,
No.
any clips or anything. I don't even know her name, but...
Right. No, you know what?
So
I feel like the Grammys have steadily declined throughout my lifetime, and definitely since I've been working for the Jesse Lee Peterson show. in its prominence and its so-called importance to the world. I remember they did the Oscars so white thing, and the Oscars have taken a dive too.
My God.
I never
Definitely.
paid much attention because I was raised in like a Christian home. We didn't care that much, but I had some innate respect for these big names like Grammys, Oscars, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
now it's like they've made themselves into a joke. They're kind of marginalizing themselves. And yeah, I mean, the people who are running the show still control the culture, but I think more and more people are seeing it for the joke that it is.
Yeah, I when you say they control the culture, I feel like they're kind of losing grip of it because I feel like people, they get kind of more and more greedy with it and they want to push more and more. And I think people are just really starting to be like, this isn't good. This isn't of quality.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of it, like, especially this year, like, makes you, like, sick to your stomach, you know? Like, people don't want to see that, and people don't want their kids to see that, or, you know.
True.
I mean, I can't imagine there's very few people who are like, oh, yeah, that was awesome. Oh, yeah, that was great.
I know.
Like, it's just, it's sick. But, yeah, no, I never really have been fully into it. It was just on in my house, and I kind of was just, like, making my sandwich for work the next day, and I just saw that, and I was just like, SMH,
terrible.
You know?
Awful.
Yeah, well, especially country music, you know, it's just like I really, you know, in theory have no issue with, you know, black people getting into country music, but it's just like, I mean, I think if anything, it would be nice to see, you know, people who have, you know, a love for their country, but of course it was just like
Darius
America's
Rucker,
not the land of the free.
Like Darius Rucker, who doesn't mind singing White Christmas, and he's black.
Exactly. It's just like, I just thought that was just lame.
You're right.
Anyway, I thought I'd bring that up because I didn't see you guys cover it, and I was like, I thought that was, you know, kind of in theme.
I think that the Jesse Lee Peterson show covered the vulgar display by two of those sort of POC female singers who did a dirty act on stage together, and I think that was the extent
of what was that?
There was a vulgar act done on stage between two women.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I mean, not live, but I saw it afterwards. And just speaking of music, you know, there was a really good. I think his name is Matt Walsh. He's like the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
He did a really interesting video about. I don't really watch that all the time, but it kind of just popped up, and I was checking out. He did a really interesting video about Lil Nasty X, and he was talking about how it's especially kind of wrong because his record company and everything did advertise his music to children for so long,
right?
And then they just threw this video out there, like that old Country Road and everything. The targeted audience was absolutely children,
kids.
You know, and he did a performance at an elementary school, and then out of nowhere, he's like has this satanic pole dancing crap.
Wow!
And the craziest part is that YouTube didn't even like censor this or say this is for adults or mature audience only. Like his press team didn't do anything. They just pushed it out to them, and it's so wicked.
Yeah, that is so evil.
I didn't even
do
really
the same thing
fully
with
think about it like that, but I was like, he's totally right. Like there have been plenty of bands, you know, that have embraced, you know, satanic imagery, and I think it kind of goes with. It's like it's not really surprising, but to go from being like child friendly to that is just. Ugh, it's gross, you know?
Yeah. There's something about, because he's a homosexual, right? Isn't he like known to be? There's something about the homosexuals that gravitate to kids. And I'm not saying it's necessarily like they're trying to be sexual to them, but.
No, I agree, but I think it's kind of that part of them that they want to prove to the world that they are, but they, you know what I mean? I think it's really they're just battling with their own.
Yeah.
This is not appropriate, you know?
I think they've lost
they want to prove themselves wrong.
They've lost their innocence, and they want to get it back. And they want to just teach kids that this is fine when it's not fine. It's
and they
so
know
evil.
It's not fine.
Yeah.
But they want the world to tell them that it is fine.
Right. That's partly what I'm talking about with brainwashing the kids.
Yeah, no.
Sick.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Graham.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll talk again if you can't. If you think of
Absolutely.
it, call me again.
Yeah, you guys have a nice day.
All right, you as well. Man, that is awful. Lil Nasty X. Yeah, YouTube is evil. I was gonna say Desmond is amazing. Desmond is amazing. Is that like 11-year-old transgender kid or cross-dressing boy who dressed up like a girl? Dressed up, honestly, more like a stripper type of thing and did like a stripper type of a dance without taking off too many clothes, but it was that type of provocative, wannabe sexual, sick thing on Good Morning America with that black guy who used to be a football player and now he's like a co-host for Good Morning America, ABC. And YouTube puts that out. YouTube is owned by a female Pharisee, says Lin Yen Chin. That's why the vile predilection of her kin is defended by it. Interesting. Yeah, definitely not a Christian. I'll tell you that much. We're over time for the first hour. I'm going to get to Zach in Columbus, Ohio in a couple of minutes here. Tony in California. I know you all love Tony, right? Wants to talk some mess about a fellow man. What an evil person. We'll get to your calls. Hang tight, guys. And I will be reading your super chats coming back from the break. But hang tight for a couple of minutes here. I'll be right back. PJ909 with a super chat. Thank you, man. On Streamlabs, with no comment. Streamlabs.com/the Hake Report. And Hake_report donated it and said, and this wasn't me, I don't think, said, I'll be watching the Hake Report in a newly acquired backyard come Monday. Congrats. That's cool. Earl was especially loony today. Chill out, Earl. You must be smoking the pot. And Hake_report also says, this is kind of baffling. Courteney, I think it's Courteney, meaning there's an E in between the T and the E. I mean, the T and the N. Courteney Ross, she lies like the addict that she is. If Chauvin walks, cities burn. If he's convicted, cities burn. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to riot regardless. America loses no matter how you spin it. Amazing. Yeah. That's so true. Thank you guys for the support there. Let me log back into the restream. Let me get to Zach, though. Oh, what song was that?
Gone.
Gone by Bright Lights. Nice. Shout out to Bright Lights. John Parfit. Zach in Columbus, Ohio. Been on hold forever. What's up, Zach? How you doing?
Bonjour. Como tapel tu?
Muy bien. Muy, muy. I was going to say muy bien, but that's Spanish. It's all Latin to me.
First, we're going to miss you, Joel. We're all going to miss you. And I have a question for Joel real quick. Is he there?
Yes, I believe he is.
Hey, Zach.
Okay. What's up? My question for you is, has anybody ever come into your dance studio, like a parent or whatever, and been like, I know you from Jesse Lee Peterson?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
I wonder about that, too, sometimes. Like, I wonder if anybody's going to recognize. But hopefully they have good things to say, because
Yes.
not everybody likes
the truth.
Yeah.
That's
All
cool.
right, Joel, best of luck.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. But what I wanted to talk about today, James, is so I got on TikTok this morning and I'm scrolling, and I come across a couple of videos about these people called the Mendez brothers. You heard of them?
Mendez brothers?
Yes.
And this is a recent. This is a TikTok group or a TikTok account.
No, this is from a long time ago. They killed their parents, I guess.
Oh, the Menendez brothers.
Yes, Menendez.
Menendez brothers. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they killed their parents, and apparently it was so-called sexual assault or something like that, or abuse or something like that. But then I guess the case overruled that it was because they wanted the money, right?
Oh, yeah, something along those lines. I didn't pay a lot of attention. I was just a kid, but yes.
Yeah. So now all these people on TikTok, basically the cancel culture on TikTok, is trying to get them freed from prison.
Wow.
So now they're reopening the case.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They're reopening the case. I saw on GMA this morning that they're going to have a whole thing on, is it 20 for 20? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Something like that. It's like a show. Where, like,
2020.
and all this.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah,
That's
and
funny.
basically
20
they
for
said
20.
they're going to be reopening the case on 2020 and reviewing it and everything, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that does sound ridiculous. So the story goes that they claimed that they killed their parents because of being sexually assaulted as kids, but in reality, they killed them for money.
Yep.
Is that what the story is, according to their convictions and whatever?
Yep, that's exactly the story.
And now they're pretending that, oh, these are actually... Why are they taking up for them? Is that because of this pretense about victimhood, sexual victimhood? This
Honestly,
attack on men?
It probably is. I don't know why, but I guess it just kind of went like viral overnight.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing it is because of all the sexual assault cases,
Right.
and all that stuff.
They murdered their parents are rich too, right? Of course, so that's why they would do it for money.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
in
they
their
lived in like a $14 million house.
murdered their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion, according to a News Observer reporting on this 2020 thing that's coming up on ABC. ABC is very degenerate. I think they're the ones who do the Good Morning America. Desmond is amazing propaganda, right? Transgenderism to kids. 1989, they were killed. Now there's TikTok videos about their case. So there's all this attention on it. I don't know if they're reopening the case, but maybe you have more information than I have. But the media is definitely digging up this mess, and it is an attack on rich people. They are Hispanic, right? Hispanic. I mean, their last name is Hispanic.
I believe so.
Lyle and Eric.
I believe so.
Though maybe they're mixed. Interesting. What a mess.
It is a mess, and it's mostly by the feminists on TikTok.
Yeah.
And the whole cancel culture.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably be next. they'll be canceling me on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I'm a nice Christian TikToker.
Oh, you are? So
Yeah.
Are you relatively known on TikTok?
I have 30,000.
Wow.
Decent.
Dang. Yeah. Zach, how many do you have, Joel?
Not 30,000.
Man, you got to, oh, well, I don't know. I was going to say, you got to pump out Joel. But anyway, maybe not. Not if you're going to get yourself canceled.
I really might get canceled. That's why I don't go public on my TikTok about anything about Jesse. Even though it's the truth, I know that the community will come for me and I'll be canceled.
Well, yeah, be careful out there because people are really evil. Out of 30,000, it only takes one nutcase to commit some type of evil.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, or that being shared to somebody else who's a nutcase. So.
Yep.
Well, I appreciate hearing from you, Zach. That's wild. I did not know about this mess.
Yes, of course. And Earl, same old Earl.
Yeah.
Same old Earl. All right, I'll let you get to Tony.
Thank you, Zach. It's good to hear from you. Thank you for the tip.
Of course.
All right.
All right.
Wow. So weird. I just remember not paying any attention to the case. I remember my friends would know about, well, I don't want to bring up Lorena Bobbitt and all them, but they would know all this stuff that was going on, or at least they would know the buzz sayings, the stuff that was going so-called viral before they had viral. Anyway, let me get to Tony in California. He wants to spread some evil mess, no doubt. What's up, Tony? How are you doing?
What's happening, Mr. Hake Report? Live. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's good to hear from you.
Hey, yeah. Hey, first and foremost, I want to once again say, Joel, you will truly be missed. The soul of the blackness in you will be truly missed. Bringing the rhythm to Jesse Lee Peterson's show, and you're trying to do a little something for Hank, but you know he just white country as hell, so you can't do nothing for him. But thank you, brother.
Right on, Tony.
There you go, right on, my friend.
Are you a black preacher?
No, a preacher.
Because you're like the soul of...
No, I am the essence of a human being that's of dark melon skin.
Oh. Okay? Oh, that's why you told me to stand outside in the sun for 3 hours and you stand out in the sun for 3 hours because you don't think I'm fully human.
No, hey, I just want to challenge you to that and see what happens. That's all.
Oh, like you don't know what's going to happen. You think I'm a human?
Do I think you're human?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to answer that, bro. I'm not going to answer
wow.
that. But like I said, the reason I called dealing with that Congress, I think he a senator or something from Florida, Matt Gates or something, the pervert. Why white men?
Hold on. You're calling him a pervert?
If he's dealing with if he's taking pictures of a 17-year-old having sex with a 17-year-old, yes, he's a pervert, brother.
First of all, you don't know that he did that.
Well, they got pictures. They got the pictures that he had.
Who has pictures? Have you seen these pictures?
He was showing pictures to his fellow congressmen, and they the one reporting him.
I don't know about that, Tony.
Okay, come on now. Keep it 100, man. And
I know, but you're believing in guilty before being proven innocent.
Well, that's the same thing y'all say about George Floyd being on drugs and everything. So, hey.
I mean, it's been shown that he was on drugs. There's actual evidence of that. There's no evidence that this guy did anything like that. And secondly, even if he did, that would not be perverted.
Oh, having sex with a 17-year-old? That's not perverted?
It's wrong. It's wrong, but it's no more perverted than you are. And in fact, you're the pervert because this guy... There's no proof of it, and you're going against a fellow man.
I don't prey on children, bro. So that's a false statement.
A 17-year-old is not a child, FYI. That's a minor.
It's still, wait a minute. Okay, well, hey, minor. it's still statutory rape, however you want to put it.
I know, but you're joining into this smear campaign on men, and that's not going to go well for you or your children or anything. You're doing evil.
You understand that white men love to prey on children.
Actually, Tony, it's more common amongst blacks than it is amongst whites per capita.
Ask the Catholic faith and see who it is.
No, it's reality, man. And I'm not saying that you guys are predisposed to do that, like you might try to say about me, about whites. But when you guys are raised by perverted single mothers, it happens because there's all kinds of mess that goes on in messed up, broken families, and you know that.
Look at the Catholic Church, the priests in the Catholic Church. What about them?
What about them? The same situation. They're messed up people.
They having sex with children. They messing little boys' minds up.
That's what I hear. A lot of homosexuals. Yeah, a lot of homosexuals become priests. It's not a good situation.
Well, I mean, that's the white and most white.
I don't know.
Are homosexuals.
What did you say? What did he say?
Most white.
I shouldn't even be letting this guy on here.
Most white race is of the homosexual faith.
That's not true.
That's who started.
In fact, homosexuality is more common amongst the blacks because of this whole messed up family situation. Earl, Tony.
That's not true, sir.
It is a fact, Jack. Yes, it is. No, yes, it is. It's reality.
That's your fact.
I'll tell you one thing. The good thing about whites is whites snitch. We don't have this no snitch culture. So yes, it gets reported more often maybe, but there is a whole lot of stuff that goes on. And there was this guy, this young black conservative guy who talked about it on his Facebook Live, a black guy, young black man who debated Roland Martin actually. And he was doing this thing about what's going on in the black community, and it's like a joke about how like these older women are abusing the little boys, and it's a bad problem. And you're laughing about it, pretending, oh, this is a white thing. No, it is an evil, depraved human race thing, and it is affecting you guys big time.
What about the teachers?
And by the way, the DOJ and FBI is extorting Matt Gaetz. Imagine you trust the government. Give me a break after the government's done all that stuff to blacks, supposedly, right? And now you trust them when they do it to a white. Give me a break.
You're taking the stimulus check from the government. So
that doesn't mean I trust them. I'll take the money, but I'm not going to trust them. I'm not going to take the jab necessarily.
But I thought nobody.
Are you getting a vaccine?
What's that?
What's a vaccine? You don't know what a vaccine is?
I don't believe in nothing. If I don't know what's in it, I'm not taking it.
You don't know what's in that money, but you're taking the money.
Hey, I know what that money can do for me. That's why I'm taking that. The thing is, I don't deal with no vaccines. No. They tricked us before.
You sound like an anti-vaxxer conspiracy theorist.
Well, you call it what you want, sir.
Did you vote? You should have voted for Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, I don't fool with her either. She a witch.
Wow. A white witch, though. A white witch, a good witch.
Yeah. No, ain't no such thing. Nothing white is good. Nothing.
Whoa, dang. So you love the FBI and CIA? Is that true? You love the FBI and CIA?
Yes, I'm part of the affiliation. Yes, I am.
You're affiliated with the FBI and CIA? You're a Fed?
Yeah. Well, that's too much information. Don't worry about that. But I do love it. Yeah. But look, yeah.
So is that why you're coming on here and saying inappropriate things? You're trying to undermine my show, and you're a Fed?
What's inappropriate? I'm just putting pure facts and truth out there to your show.
You don't put any facts or truth. You openly lie and then justify it by saying, "Well, you lie all the time."
No, brother.
Yes, brother.
You know, you white folks like to deal with children. You know that.
No.
Y'all been doing that from the beginning of time.
No, that's really evil for you to say that, Tony.
But the truth is the truth. Y'all came up with prostitution, didn't you?
I don't know. Are you saying we were the first human beings on Earth, Tony?
No, I ain't saying that.
Yeah. Then
when it comes to capitalism, y'all do anything for that dollar.
And you're in on it. You're in on it.
No, brother. I got some more values about myself. I don't lower myself to
values.
But tell Joel, I understand that he's charging white folks double because they ain't got no rhythm. None. So I understand you charging them double, bro.
Shoot.
When you see a white man or white woman or child come in there, I know you be shaking your head. Say, here we go.
We
again.
invented rhythm, but you guys stole the technology.
Man, get there. You know what I
No, I'm serious.
Wouldn't know rhythm. You
Shoot.
wouldn't know rhythm if it smacked you in the face.
Whatever.
And look here. Let me tell you one thing else. Since Joel leaving, I will give you 2 country singers that I listen to daily. One of them is Chris Stapleton, and the other one is Sam Hunt. Go ahead and play that songs on there. Then you can have a little somewhat rhythm and understanding and some good lyrics, music on your show.
Thank you. Thank you for the tip, Tony. But I know rhythm so well, I'll slap rhythm in the face so rhythmically, it'll make your head swim.
I tell you what, that cut a move. Stand up and cut a move right now.
No.
You do it there.
You're not my boss?
Because you can't dance. That's
No,
why.
because you're not my master.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I'm the
can't
master.
Dance. You can't dance, brother. And you know
Shoot, you don't know me.
I can look at you and tell you can't dance.
Nope. No, you can't.
Just like this.
No, you're profiling.
Joel, he can't dance, can he? I said, no, I see Joel shaking his
He's
head.
laughing.
Hey, I heard some stories that James can get down. So.
See?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he get down when he fall down.
Shoot. And by the way, dancing is not very manly anyway. I don't know.
Dancing is good for the soul, my friend.
Wow, James, I'm not backing you up anymore. I'm taking it back.
Oh, so
it's not the end all be all, Tony.
You said Joel funny, so you said he's not manly because he dancing. It's good for the soul, my friend. If you learn how to dance, you'll have a different idea about it. So don't speak of something that you don't know nothing about.
I know plenty about it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Because you never danced a day in your life.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Hopping is not dancing, bro.
Yes,
Have
it
a
is.
good day.
Yeah, all right. You too.
All right.
Bye. Well, he's such a mess. Jim Eagle says, imagine thinking just because someone can't dance, that makes him inferior. Blacks are so desperate. Jose in Miami, Florida, wants to comment on this Lil Nasty X video. What's up, Jose? It's good to hear from you.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fine, but not until I saw this, I don't know how to say it, it feels like it's come to, like, where has manhood came to, Like,
yeah, you're talking about this Lil Nasty X video?
Yes, man. How do people push this? Like, I've never thought of the day I'll see some guy pushing Satanism on YouTube.
I know.
Into any community in general. Like, back, I remember I used to live in Cuba. If people saw you like that, you would have been stoned, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not serious. Like, if people in the streets, in my streets, saw you like that, I don't know if you would have survived.
Yeah. No, so just to explain to the people trying to keep it PG, Lil Nasty X is this black rapper, young guy, I think, probably early 20s, openly, brazenly homosexual, supposedly marketed to kids, very popular with the children, and then he does this like dance thing, sexual dance in front of Satan, as if he wants to get busy with Satan in a sick way. Yeah, disgusting.
Man, that's absolutely disgusting, man. That's not what manhood's supposed to be,
Yeah.
And you seen the like to dislike ratio. There's millions of people liking these videos.
Yeah.
And a small proportion of these people disliking it. Is this what you're gonna show to the black community? Is this what you want black folks to be?
Yeah.
It's shocking, man. And then they wonder, why black people are being oppressed, and they're not being oppressed. They have more opportunity than white people.
Yeah.
They get all these special credits and stuff, and they get to cheat on tests. I know. I've seen it, man. I've seen these people who don't know crap go to universities.
Yeah. No, it's so evil. That's what they're
evil,
promoting.
man. Well, they're promoting Satanism. I never wanted to see the day where this would happen,
Yeah.
And then Nike is allowing people to sell this shoe, man.
Oh, you know what? Nike sued them because Nike did not.
Good sue.
Yeah, Nike is suing his company or whoever created these shoes with a drop of human blood in them, in the air pockets.
Good sue. I think that's even illegal. Illegal. Sorry.
I think it is. Yeah, I mean they're trying to get them to present every little product that they've made that bears resemblance to Nike stuff to ban it, to destroy it. I mean, but Nike is not really any better. They just don't like it being so out in the open.
Nike is an evil corporation as well.
They are totally evil. Look at how they.
Oh, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. Yet they have slave. Sorry for cursing. They have slave fields in China where people work like 2 cents an hour.
No,
so I don't really know what's the difference.
Yeah, Nike is promoting the false, like you said, Black Lives Matter narrative to children, and pretending that guy who kneeled before the national anthem, he used to sit on his butt like a bump on a log on the ice chest or the cooler, and disrespect America and falsely smear cops, call them murderers without any evidence, and pretend that blacks are victims.
Exactly, and that trial from George Floyd, I've seen so much Satan in these people. I swear. I feel bad for that man. I don't even know if he's gonna get I don't even know if he's gonna like be not guilty.
Yeah, me neither.
I think they're gonna condemn him, man. I think this needs to be put to the Supreme Court, in my opinion.
I would not be against that because this is so wrong with the way that they railroaded him.
In that prediction, there's so many people who hate that man for doing his job. He was doing his job.
Yeah.
Man was high on crack.
Yep.
Or whatever you call it.
Yep.
So yeah, and Nike's a terrible corporation.
Yeah.
They always push these agendas. At least they have a little bit of morality left because they condemn those Satan shoes.
Yeah, but some people say they're faking it. I think that's just marketing because there's a whole lot of people that don't like that yet.
Billions of dollars. Billions of dollars.
In 5 years, I could easily see them not shying away from that because it's socially acceptable to be all into Satanism by then,
I think they're going to have communist shoes now.
Right. Yeah.
The communist shoes. No, but come on, man. This has gotten out of control. I've never, I've seen crazy stuff on these liberal agendas, but I've never seen people push Satanism.
Yeah.
Especially how these people want it to be treated. They want to be treated with respect, but then you promote Satan. You promote Satan, man. How could you promote such a evil person? That Jesus Christ condemned.
That's Lil Nasty X for you. He's a product himself, blind leading the blind.
He's a corporate sellout. That's what he is. He's a sellout.
Yeah.
He's a sellout to the Black Lives Matter. He's a sellout to Nike. He's a sellout to Jesus and God.
Yeah. Very true, man.
But you know what? God forgive him, man. God forgive him. There's still time to repent.
Yeah. How old are you again, Jose? I forget.
I'm 15. I told you.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. Wow, but, man.
There's still time, bro. Like, I don't want to treat people like that. Nah, not at all.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man. I don't want to see people like that.
Do you have friends who are into him?
What?
Hell
no.
Are you going to school right now?
Yeah, I'm out of school. I'm out in spring break or something.
Oh, okay. It used to be called when I was a kid, it was called Easter vacation.
Yeah, Easter vacation. We're celebrating. Today we're gonna cook some salmon for Good Friday.
Nice.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know how these people would just repent, man. Please.
Yeah.
Repent for these. Like, I know these people chose their way, but I hope one day they'll figure out. Wow, I sinned, man. I need to go repent.
Some of them will. Some of them will.
They will.
Maybe not Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber acts like he's a Christian.
Oh, no. He's a beta man.
Yeah. Maybe he's trying, but he's a liberal. Sucker.
He's a liberal, yeah. Just like James Corden and all these. I think what got him to Satanism is Hollywood in general. It's Oprah Winfrey, all these radicals, LeBron, everything, man.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big troll. They're trying to turn Christianity into a joke. I think that's what they're really trying to do.
Satanism.
What's that?
They're trying to turn Christianity into Satanism.
Yeah. That's what the liberal version of Christianity is. Do what thou wilt. Oh, homosexual? That's fine. Transgender?
That's not fine.
Oh, the illegals? That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's have compassion. Jesus was a socialist. It's ridiculous.
He was black. No, he was black.
Yeah, he was a black communist.
He was black. You know, like, it never once said that I've never seen a black Jew before, but, you know, we don't talk about that. You know,
I think they have Ethiopian Jews. That's what I heard.
But they're not black. They were like tannish. They weren't.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know.
Back in like 2,000 years ago, I think they were like. I think black people were only in Africa. I think.
I wasn't around, so I can't say.
Me neither. But that's what I heard.
Yeah.
All right, man. You have a great day. All right.
You too, Jose. Happy Easter to you. Maybe I'll see you in the church with Jesse Lee Peterson chat. I don't know. But I wish you well, man. It's good to hear from you.
Too, man.
All right.
You too.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. New Balance Nation says, New Balance Nationalism, says Canadian David. Ooh, be careful. Let me double check the Trovo chats. I don't want to miss them, you guys. No longer the stepchild, right? No longer the ignored redheaded stepchild. Okay, I think I'm clear. I got to get to Art in Ohio. I wasn't able to get to Art yesterday, I don't think. Art, it's good to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Hake up. It's the first of the month.
Nice.
Hake up. Hey, so check this out. Man, Tony, man. Where did they give you your badge for working for the feds there? Out of the cereal box, buddy?
Maybe so.
With the Lucky Charms box, buddy?
Tony is a Fed.
Tony, if you a Fed, man, listen.
Affirmative action, says Joel.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a affirmative action Fed, man.
Yeah.
Damn, boy. What the hell is they doing? Excuse me. What the heck is they doing over here in America? Hiring him, man. and then
Bunch
you
of
get
liberals.
Up on here talking liberals.
Yep.
Straight liberals. Get up on here talking this stuff about some dang on Matt Gaetz. Boy, somebody should punch you in your mouth for not producing no evidence, boy.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. No,
he's up here talking about.
He's a total simp. That's what Tony is.
Yeah, he's a simp. He's a straight simp. You can't be going around lying on people. If you ain't got no evidence, boy, they'll punch you in your mouth, man. What's wrong with you, boy?
Acting like a woman.
Acting like a straight woman. That's the problem.
A Me Too woman. That's what I mean by woman. A Me Too woman.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. I ain't trying to act like I'm the most. Man, this is so crazy, man. Man, Tony, give it up, man. You and Earl, man, y'all need to give it up, man. It's to the point to where it's ridiculously sad. Because just like you sit here saying, Tony don't never get on here and make not one logical point or trying to do. He don't agree with nothing, anything you ever say on the show about kids, about the evilness, or anything. He always trying to combat and fight like a dang on female.
Yeah.
Second of all, people like Tony, and he need to change his Tony because I got a great uncle. It was from BA. He died. His name was Tony, man. He putting dirt on his name right about now.
I know.
Long story short, he got to flip his name. But I guarantee you, people like Tony, when he get around his family reunions, if they hardly even have family reunions in 2021 with all this liberal propaganda, they breaking up the families.
Yeah.
I guarantee when he go around his families, do he tell them little black hood rascals in his family, hey, don't be talking to your kids like that? You know why you don't tell them nothing about their kids? Because they'd beat his little simp self up. They'd beat him up with his faded body. You see what I'm saying? So, and then when you get on here talking about all the stuff that's going on with these kids to where the parents is actually bullying them, he don't say like, man, you know what? I do be seeing. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. But, man, it's so crazy, man. That is exactly, it's not only they getting bullied, the boys are getting bullied by the mom, and just like me, I was the mama's boy. So I didn't even know that my mom was bullying me. I was still stuck up under her,
Right.
just letting her. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't understand what was going on, and that's the same thing that's going on with these males now. They getting it's like diverting the bullying to where it's not looking like the moms bully them. So the sons and daughters is like, oh, my mom loves me and this and this and this and that. Then they turning around, going to school and getting bullied by the teachers and the whole program that's set up by the liberals in the schools.
Yeah.
And so it's just so crazy for me to get on here and hear Tony always talking about some stupid stuff, man. But he ain't sitting here talking about these kids up here getting mentally abused, being up in these single-parent households, man. And it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
You need to give it up, man. And I can't stand no liberal beta males like you, man, especially, pussy-ass feds that don't stand up for what's right, man. You a beta, man. And I know you ain't got no girl. I know you because how you talking, you going to run her off just like the beta female going to run the alpha or a good male off.
Interesting point.
You don't make no sense. Tony don't make no dang on sense, man.
I know.
You are there pushing paperwork off the desk, man. You like maids, man. Y'all got a boring life, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that nonsense, man. Get off the square stuff, Tony. Get off the square stuff, man. You a square, man. All right, Hake. I'll catch you later, man.
Thank you, Art. Appreciate it. Glad you were able to get that off your chest. By the way, she was...
Tell Joey I'll catch you.
All right.
Huh?
By the way, Art, did you hear Skip making fun of you?
Skip it to the skip to my Lou. That's my dude. Hey, tell Skip I said what's up, man. That's my main man.
All right. Sounds good, Tony. Art, good to hear from you.
Oh, he called me Tony.
I mean, Tony after your uncle, not Tony after this Tony.
All right, hey.
All right. Good to hear from you. Take care.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you do.
All right. A passionate young man. Can Art be... Oh, no. I hung up on one of my callers. Hung up on the wrong guy. Call back. Cash me outside. How about that? That was a girl who hung out with blacks, I think.
Cash me outside. How about that?
Bad baby. Her dad was on the Jesse Lee Peterson show one time. Her dad, I think, was a cop over in Palm Beach area. Maybe still is. And he was not happy about how the mother of his daughter, that's his daughter, was allowing her to just run wild and be evil. Talking about how fathers are undermined in society. Such a shame. Hot Computer Smell with a super chat on Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/The Hake Report says, gonna miss Joel's occasional chuckles in the background during calls. Yep. Yeah, me too. Maybe we'll get a chuckle or two out of White Chris, skateboard White Chris. Sixto Re-Whited says, shout out to Art. He needs his own show right after the Hake Report. Interesting. Yeah, thank you, Art. I wish you well, man. Happy Easter. John out of Ontario, Canada. Is he the man that I hung up on? Oh, man, John. Sometimes
How are you?
my finger goes in the wrong place. Anyway.
It's fine. How are you, Hake?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Perfect. So I wanted to talk about, first I wanted to wish you happy Easter, the whole team. Joel, I wanted to say congrats on everything. I wish you well.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you guys do over there. It's really awesome.
Cool.
But I wanted to talk about the Derek Chauvin case, and I wanted to really say it's unfortunate to see Derek Chauvin have to go through this. And Jesse mentioned it the other day, how if he does go to jail, and the reason being that it's out of fear that BLM riots again.
Yeah.
It's going to be somewhat of a wave that we're not going to hear the end of it for a while. Like, this is not necessarily a good thing.
Right. They've set people. They've set people up. I'm chuckling because people are reacting to what I said earlier.
It's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's pretty unfortunate.
Of course it is. It's but honestly, it's not just this one incident. Because if it were just this one incident, and people would be more reasonable, but the culture has been corrupted so badly that people are not reasonable anymore.
But looking at the go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, looking at the Zimmerman case, like at the time I was a lot younger when the Zimmerman case happened.
Yeah.
But like I was caught up in the whole idea that Trayvon was murdered, and I was somewhat into the train that Zimmerman got let off, and but really he was an innocent man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And they saw it that way, and they should see it the same way for Derek. He is innocent. He did not kill George Floyd.
Right.
George Floyd asked to die that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he asked to die. He woke up and said, I wanted to die. I don't know exactly, but if not, he wouldn't have taken that amount of drugs. That he wouldn't have. Man, this is crazy, but whatever.
Yeah, he was living an out of control life, and that's what so many people can relate to him. But it caught up with him that day.
Yeah, he got what he asked for. Yeah, he got what he asked for.
Yeah, and he's not a victim.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he acts like it for sure.
Right.
But anyways, I kind of also wanted to talk about the whole pagan agenda that they're pushing with the black culture with the video that dropped. One thing that we don't seem to be seeing is that these are all pagan rituals, former pagan rituals that used to be around in the Roman times.
Lil Nasty X thing?
Yeah, Little Nas X. Yeah, it's like it's all like pagan stuff. And we, like, as a Christian, for me personally, I'm seeing that it's good to put your foot down and be firm in what you say. Like, don't just like shrug it off or like diss it or, you know, hate on it, but call it for what it is so that you can at least have your place as a Christian.
Right.
I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah. No, we should call out evil for sure.
Yeah, just be straight with it, man.
Yeah.
And it'll be good for you, and like people can mess with it if they want to or not. It doesn't really matter as long as you're straight. Like it's like Jesus kind of came and gave us two rules to follow. Well, I personally think as a Christian, he came and gave me two rules: to first love God with all my heart, soul, and might, and love my neighbor as myself.
Yeah.
And it's so simple to live by that. It's so simple. He came and gave us the way, the simple way, the way to God, and it's amazing. I'm grateful.
Nice.
But celebrating Jesus, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Happy Easter to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Do you catch church with Jesse Lee Peterson?
Yes, definitely. I catch it every once in a while.
Right on, man.
Can. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate hearing from you, John. You're right. We don't have to get all up in arms and upset and afraid or angry at the evil in the world. Be glad to see it, actually. Be glad to see it.
But be firm.
And call it out.
You know? Yeah. The people will appreciate that, especially the kids. The kids can appreciate that.
Right.
Like I could imagine. I'm not a father yet, but I could imagine standing up for what is right, and my son looking up to me, my daughter looking up to me, doing the same. When they'll be of age, they won't be afraid to do that.
Right.
And that's what it's about. Because we can't stop the world from pushing out what they're going to push.
Yeah.
But you can be strong.
Yeah, it can be a light.
Yeah.
Very true, John. I appreciate that. It's good to hear from you.
Thank you. All right. I'll call again.
Sounds good. Take care.
Take care.
Ramon in San Jose, California. Ramon, how are you doing?
What's up, James?
Doing fine. Always good to hear from you.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
Just calling to pick your brain about what you think about the freedom of speech nowadays. Is absolute freedom of speech, and do you think that's how the founding fathers intended it to be?
You're talking about how people are putting out pornography and stuff and pretending that's freedom of speech?
Or just that they could say anything and any, you know what I mean? Or
I mean, look at
burn the flag, or talk about communism, and
or even smear Derek Chauvin or George Zimmerman before him, or
there you go.
Officer Wilson, former Officer Darren Wilson of Ferguson. Yeah, I think that's an evil thing. The culture has been so corrupted that you can't even stop all the evil people from pushing all their lies and smears and destructive hatred onto innocent, decent Americans. I don't think that's what they wanted. I think they wanted freedom of speech in the sense that you have the freedom of, like, putting out what you think is right, putting out what is right, and then arguing about what's right. Because you couldn't speak against the king back in the day or whatever. I don't know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty much in line with what I was thinking. Because I don't think the liberals, they subverted that, like just like how Satan does,
Yeah. Very true. You mentioned subversion. Look at how how we're not allowed to dispute the official CDC or WHO ideology on what's going on with the virus, or the official, not even official, what the media said, the mainstream media said about the election. That's not freedom of speech. It's a violation. And these corporations don't have the spirit of the freedom of speech because they are supporting the evil side. They're the subverters of the culture.
Yeah, so they subvert it, take control of it, and now they control. Now they say, "Oh, never mind,"
Right.
Because like back then, I remember, because I'm like a '90s kid, so I remember back the gangster rap. They try to say, "Oh, killing cops and stuff." They're like, "Oh, that's freedom of speech."
Yep.
Well, now you can't even have anything about in the music talking about the establishment or the Bill Gates or anything.
Wow.
Cancel that. It's like, what happened? Like, what's going on? I thought freedom of speech, but I don't like getting into that, like, oh, well, hypocrisy kind of thing. But
right.
It's just, I just want to just make Christians realize that we gotta, I like, people say, oh, cancel culture. We gotta cancel culture. No, we gotta use cancel culture and cancel these communists and cancel these liberals, and do our own thing.
Yes, it's good versus evil.
Yeah, that's how they used to do it back in the 30s, 40s, and they used to talk against that. It kind of did make a pendulum swing that it made them more into the evil. But as long as there was always a good person standing watch, it was always going to be in check.
Yes. Yeah, in the Bible the Bible talks a lot about freedom, but they're not talking about freedom to do all kinds of evil, because that's not freedom. You're bound into those things. Anyone who sins is a slave to sin, and that's freedom is freedom to do and say what's right.
Yeah.
And there's been a clampdown, and it's clamping down more because people are just silly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they think that if I could smoke weed or have sex work and all that, that's freedom.
Right.
But that's actually bondage. You're becoming, like you said, a slave to sin.
Yeah.
When in reality, when you know that you can walk down the street because there's a cop there, or there's not going to be hookers and or drug dealers.
Yeah. You
have that freedom to be able to walk down that night, and that freedom because there is security, there is law and order.
Yeah.
And even God wasn't absolute free speech. Like you don't curse God or don't falsely testify against your brother or stuff like that. And that's restrictions.
Yep.
And so that's what I was saying about, it always goes back to John Adams' quote, man, that these laws are for only a moral and just people.
Yes.
Because moral and religious people wouldn't use. Yeah, all things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial. And so we would know that as a Christian nation, we would know that. Yeah, we could say these things, but we won't say them, even though we have the right to. We will not say them because they're not beneficial for our society.
Yeah. I love that point that from John Adams or whoever said that.
Yeah, John Adams. Yeah, the second president.
Nice. That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's so crazy how much insight they had at a young age. That's how definitely God was with them.
Yeah. It was different times.
So like that goes to the Second Amendment too. Back then they did have cannons, they did have miniguns, but it's because they were religious people. Imagine if that terrorist dude had a tank, he would have killed a hell of people.
Right.
So it's kind of like, it sucks that we're only getting restricted because of the evil people, and so we just got to stand up and have guns and have, it's weird. I don't know. It's crazy.
I agree. You're so right.
So they subvert it, they destroy it, and then they say, see, it doesn't work, and they try to make their own thing.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Right on, Ramon.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
Great points.
All right, man. Talk to you next time.
All right. Take care.
Later.
See ya. Joel's last 10 minutes, LOL, says Anderson. Wow, what you laughing for? Yeah, I watched this before I get back to calls. Hang tight. I'm coming to you next, Blazing Hogs. I saw this article that was retweeted by Cernovich, and I retweeted it too, from this woman who talked about these dumb millennial podcaster women who watched this movie 13 going on 30 back in 2004 with this 30-year-old Jennifer Garner who used to be pretty, I guess, to them. And she played a 30-year-old who, as a 13-year-old kid, she wished she was 30 and she became big, kind of like Tom Hanks in the movie Big. And then she realized that, oh no, I'm wasting my life. She was partying and being a wild star, 30-year-old, and then she realized, oh wait, I'm wasting my life, and so she went back to 13 again. It's a fairy tale that gave her her cake and eat it too type of stuff. But all these women think that they can, let me do sex work, or let me do OnlyFans, or let me do career, let me do college, let me get educated and arrogant and conceited. And then think that I'm going to get a man and have kids when I'm 40. Give me a break. And so women are so miserable today, it's not even funny. Thank you, feminism and working women and all that madness. Ridiculous. Anyway, Blazing Hawgs from Dayton, Ohio. How are you doing, Blazing Hawgs, from the sundown town, the Night Rider?
Hola, sí, señor. Sí, hey.
Hey, it's good to hear from you.
How you doing?
Fine.
Tony needs to go eat some hog maws and some pig's feet and drink his malt liquor.
Yes.
He is a waste.
Yeah.
But anyways, I just called in to give a shout out to Joel Friday and congratulate him on moving on and just correcting him. It's euros. Euros, not gyros, Joel.
Oh, gyros. We pronounce it gyros, but it's gyros or something like that. Those Greeks.
Euros with the lamb meat and put the tzatziki sauce on it. Get the
so good,
sauce.
though.
That's what I just had for lunch today. Them things are amazing.
Nice.
Thanks, Blazing Hogs.
But I got you like a year ago. Asked Jesse if he likes euros. You just said gyros as well.
I'm black. I'm sorry.
Just want to congratulate you and wish you well, bud. Good job, and we'll miss you.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I agree.
sir. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Blazing Hogs. Good to hear from you.
Happy Easter, y'all.
You too. Happy Easter.
All right.
Take care.
Later.
All right. Sorry about his phone, guys. I didn't want to interrupt because I'm running low on time, so you just have to listen closely. But I know that it wasn't perfect, but we're cutting him slack. Let me quickly get to Dylan in Nashville, Tennessee. He wants to comment on this pagan symbols in music. What's up, Dylan?
What's going on, James? How are you?
Doing fine. How are you?
Doing well. Just doing some white guy stuff, cleaning up after the flood here in Nashville,
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah, cleaning up some debris and stuff. But
Good for you.
Hey, the reason I'm calling is that caller you had a second ago was talking about the pagan rituals and music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bingo. That's what it is, like industry stuff. Now, I'm not trying to say that the dude at the local garage band down the street's trying to get world domination and do stuff to babies. That's not what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
the higher ups in the music, there's absolutely nothing new under the sun. Everything that they're doing is old, like super, super old stuff that's been around since the flood.
Wow.
And when you look at any ancient civilization, you can go back to Kemet, you can go to Egypt, Mesopotamia, all these things. You look at what these people were doing for religious ceremony. What they were doing is they were tripping on psychoactive drugs, which weird coincidence, right? That's what they push on kids now. Put them on all of these drugs that put them in this trance-like state that's just above sleeping, where you're super receptive to what you're being told and shown. And that's why in these music videos, you see the same symbolism over and over and over. And we're told that these artists are so unique and original and creative, right?
Yeah.
Why would you have all of these artists that would literally come out at the exact same time with such similar song titles, with the checkerboard floor that they're performing on, with their hand signals? And then you look at, I mean, it's as old as the word, look at like Confucius, the things that matter in this world are signs and symbols, not words nor laws. They're saying one thing, but their actions are doing something to you on a subconscious level. And it's not so much the word where it's just, oh, baby, 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 this, that, I love you. You know, it's what that frequency is doing, the chords, the notes. And obviously, I got to kind of be careful what I say. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, get myself all wrapped up. But, yeah, it's a lot more prevalent than people think. And I just encourage a lot more musicians in L.A., Nashville, Atlanta, New York, do what's right. You know what's going on. We all do. And I know it's a cool lifestyle. It's cool to have this stuff. But, and I think a lot of ways, like, they're held hostage, you know, because I think a lot of people want to start calling this stuff out, but they know what's going to happen. And it's probably not going to be good. So I'm just telling you all, it's kind of like a magic trick. Once you understand the trick in a sleight of hand magic, it will get you every time until you understand the trick. And whenever you're watching these Grammy performances and music videos and stuff, really pay attention to what you're watching. And you will start connecting the dots and understanding that God is real. And this is all mockery of Jesus Christ. This is old as Nimrod. This is very, very old stuff. But hey, caller, you hit it right on the head with the pagan stuff. And James, God bless you, and happy Easter, everybody. Or not
Thank you.
Easter. Let's call it Resurrection Day, right?
I call it Easter, and by Easter I mean the day that Jesus rose from the dead. So I'm not talking about Ishtar or whatever that is. I was raised like that, and I'm not going to change. But yeah, thank you, man. Same to you.
Hey, God bless you guys. See you. Right. Hey, Joel, good luck, bud.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Take care, Dylan. All right, Bobby in Texas in the last couple of minutes here. Bobby, how are you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing, buddy?
Doing fine, thank you.
Excellent. Well, I wanted to say good luck to Joel. We're going to miss him, even though he did call me a thug.
I don't remember that. That's funny. Is he wrong?
Yeah, he's wrong. I'm from Texas, bro. We fight. This is what we do around here when we were growing up.
Interesting.
Part of the lifestyle. But, yeah, I was calling about the Chauvin trial, but I think I'd rather speak on the vaccine passports that they're pushing.
Yeah.
And this bill that Marjorie Taylor Greene tries to pass.
Yeah, against passports. Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you that I don't feel like she's going to have the power or anybody to follow her into that. It seems like even the GOP is kind of, you know, holding her at arm's length as far as giving her any kind of support.
It's ridiculous.
Like I'm still calling. I called the governor again this morning, so I'm gonna keep fighting, trying to get him to at least stand up for Texas at least.
Yeah. I wonder if the ACLU is going to be pro-privacy, right? I wonder if they're going to be pro-privacy on this issue, pro-freedom. They pretend like they're for liberties. Maybe they will. I don't know. But they're so evil. They always stand up for evil, and so never trust them to stand up for what's right in the right way. It's always some type of setup.
Yeah, it's always some sort of self-interest with anybody that's in the political realm.
Yep. Yeah, they're mostly evil. I mean, they're just, if not 100% evil. Yeah.
Because I do worry about that is how because now that they've gone to the app where you'll be able to check it, you know, where it'd be impossible to forge or manipulate. It's like, how are you supposed to? There'll be no way around it.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
a little worried. It's a little worried.
Well, we'll see. Just wait and see.
Yeah, I have the wait and see attitude on it. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit worried. I'm putting as much fight as I can, like telling other people to call their representatives and, you know, just try and push as far as we can.
Well, if you worry, the thing about worrying is you end up doing the wrong thing. So, as Jesus said, do not worry.
Right. Maybe I'm not worried. Maybe I'm doing something else. I don't feel like I'm doing the wrong thing by calling my governor to stand up against it. I feel like I'd be doing the wrong thing by not, you know, trying to at least get some pressure.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Bobby.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, good to hear from you. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Happy Easter. Good luck, Joel, with your little business, says Cobra Coy 99 with the Trovo colorful chat. Yeah. And Hate Speech says, just want to give a congrats and wish Joel well. Good job on standing up and becoming the Viking. Ollie Dat A says, good luck too. Hey, Ollie Dat A, nice to hear from you. And thank you, Hate_Speech. Interesting name. Squirrel from Michigan says, first super chat on your last day, Joel. You'll be missed. Loving Groove is going to get a lot of play this summer. All the best. That's cool. And King Alpha Nerd says, flood that chat with Sweverport and Ark, Kansas. Bonus points if Joel says it too. It's so hard to say goodbye, but hello to new opportunities. Get a job. I think I can speak for the chat when I say we need a Joel compilation. That's nice, King Alpha Nerd. Appreciate it. That's it for the Hake Report today, guys. TheHakeReport.com for my stuff. TheFallenState.tv in less than an hour. A new premiere coming on out. Make sure you're subscribed to the Fallen State YouTube channel, as well as the BitChute, as well as the Odyssey, ODYSEE.com/@ The Fallen State TV, I think it is. And then after that, JLP Plays, I think. Yeah, JLP Plays happening on the Jesse Lee Peterson channels. And then Church with Jesse Lee Peterson every Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. RebuildingTheMan.com/church. JoelFridayTV.com. TheGiftedOfDance.com. Nice. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah.